Let me know as soon as the live stream appears.
No, not at all.
It's on. Is the live stream there? All right, so from what we missed from the live stream real quick, I'll just go over so that we have it in the video later on. We added in this HUD layer, renamed it to HUD, and then we went onto that layer and we added in the text and made it say tap to jump. We're going to rename that to text message, so TXT message. And then we change the horizontal alignment to center. Next, we're going to move on to the vertical alignment. The vertical alignment will be center as well. And hotspot is going to be center as well. You said it's not live anymore? It's still live?
They didn't need to just go in and /live. They were just in the wrong place. Yes.
Am live? Okay. It's all right. So just pay attention. It's there. We'll get it fixed in a little bit.
/live at the end.
All right. So after you set the horizontal alignment, vertical alignment, and hotspot alignment to center, you're gonna go up here and you're gonna change the position to 427. And what you're going to do is that's going to make it so it's center. So you want to get at a good position. I'm going to change it back to 427. The height you could choose. It doesn't matter where the height is. That's not as important. That's that Y value right here, that 106. I just have it there. But the most important thing is the X is at 427 because that means it's dead center. All right, so everybody should have this on there. We're going to go ahead. We're going to move on to, I'm going to unlock my player layer now that I'm done with the HUD layer for right now. We're going to go to the game sheet, and we're going to add in a global variable, and it's going to be called first touch. We're adding in a global variable on the game sheet. It's called first touch. And you're going to set it equal to 0. All right, so right here, you should have a touch that says on any touch start.
0?
Yeah, you're going to set the first touch to 0. On any touch start, you're going to create a sub event. You're going to do system. And you're going to do compare variable, first touch equals 0. And then you're going to add an action, and you're going to do system. Or wait, no, you're going to do text message, right, Mr. Wilkos?
Yeah.
Text message set. You're going to do set opacity. And you're going to make it 0. So now you should have text message set opacity 0. Underneath that, you're going to do a system set variable. It should be set value, right? and you're gonna make it to 1. So it's system set value, and then you're going to select first touch and you're going to change it to 1. That's the second action in the sub event. So this is what I just added in. After I did the global variable, all right? I did the system, and then I did compare variable first touch equals 0. And then for the actions for that sub event, I did text message, set opacity to 0, and then I did system, set first touch to 1. So that's set value. And that should be the sub event for number 6, the one that says on any touch start. First touch equals 0, right up here at the global variable. You want to start off at 0. All right, we're going to find system is alive equals 0. This one right here, this event. All right? And you're going to add an action. It's going to be text message, set opacity, 0. Oh, sorry. I apologize. It is 100. I misread it from the long line. And then you're going to add another action, and it's going to be text message. This one's going to be set text. And you're going to make it say game over, and just for fun we're going to add in a frowny face. And you need to click and drag both of these above the weight. So we're gonna I'm gonna run the layout real quick so you can see it. All right, so I'm jumping. I got dodges. There's my first wall. I'm gonna lose. Game over. Frowny face.
Can you make a smiley face with your alt?
What?
Yo! Can you make a smiley face?
I'm not sure. Game over. All right. So you got text working. Next, we're gonna find system on start a layout. So that's the first one right up here. You're gonna add an action. You're gonna do system. You're gonna do set value. So you're going up to on start a layout. You're adding an action. You're gonna do system, set value. You're gonna do first touch equals 0. So that way now, when you run it, you have to start it yourself.
Oh my god, man.
All right, so we added in some text. What's going to be next? Score. All right, so while on the Mr. Wilkos, you want the score on HUD layer or player layer? HUD layer? Okay. Alright, so to make this easier, just lock up player layer real quick. We're going to add the score onto the HUD layer. Alright, so you're going to double click. You're going to add in a text again.
Wait, how high is the HUD layer?
I just have it as the top layer. Alright, so I dropped my text.
Score colon space 0.
Yeah, we're gonna get there. Yeah, it's gonna be score colon ampersand score, all that.
Cool.
I am about you.
So you got this. You're gonna have your name's gonna be score or text score.
Okay, so
You're gonna resize it to we chose 36, and you can make it anything you want. I'm just gonna leave it to match my message before. All right, and you're gonna change the color.
Yeah. I think I heard like a plate.
For this, I'm gonna do eyedropper, and I'm gonna make it so it matches the background of my game.
Wait for the scope. Oh, you're putting it down there?
And you want to change all this stuff to the same thing as before, so you want it to be you want everything to be still center except for the horizontal alignment's going to be to the right. Yep. So now keep in mind that you want this to be inside your layout window, guys. So your layout window. All right, you got to remember that this box, this black box here, is actually outside. So make sure that when you're looking at it, you'll see these lines here. You want to make sure that your score is inside that, or else it won't appear.
Can I just put the score top left? No.
yeah, top.
It's your game.
So much for that.
And then the message is going to be score.
Do you think you would hit an auto?
Colon. So that's what it should look like.
Yeah.
All right, so you have your scores, text message added in there. Guys, stop talking, please. Thank you. All right, you're going back to the game sheet. You're going to be adding in another variable. So global variable, and this one's going to be called, obviously, it's going to be called score. You're going to leave it equal to 0. So once you add in that global variable, you're going to add a new event. You're going to do system. So every X seconds.
Yeah.
So we chose 0.4 for the interval. And then you're going to do system add to. You're going to do score. Yeah, 1. So what we're gonna do now is, listen up, we're gonna add a condition to this right here, the one we just created. All right? So you're gonna add another condition. You're gonna do system. You're gonna do compare variable. And then you're gonna do is alive equals 1. Yep, you want is alive equals 1.
Oh, what?
Guys, are you keeping up? You good? You got where I'm at?
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, we're gonna go up to the every tick event. So, right here. System every tick. You're gonna add an action. This is where you select text score. What's going on, Mitchell?
Put everything in one thing.
Why not? Did you say you were born to just
Make sure they're in the right order.
What?
I'm taking this question seriously.
I don't know.
What? Going up conclusions, finding
You trying to look into my soul? Yes.
Stop getting so up in my because I have my
How did you know? I thought it was a secret.
oxygen different. Yes.
Alright. So I'm gonna go back. So you're on every tick. You're gonna add an action. You're gonna add an action. You're gonna select text message.
Text method or text score? Yeah, I thought it was text score.
Text score. Sorry, text score. That's what I meant. Text score. And then you're gonna do set text. And then you guys know this. It's score. Semicolon. And then outside of the quotation marks, you do space, ampersand, score. All right, this is what you want.
We did it. We did it. Hooray.
So now when we run it,
I have one of those things like the oxygen.
it should be counting.
Oh, nice. It restarts the Lego. You just can't jump in the I can't jump anymore. Yeah.
What is this? No, you suck. Wait, mister, how do I prevent that one pixel thing?
So look what. One second.
It didn't reset.
All right, so now look what's happening. It's not resetting the score when you start the new game, right?
Oh, I have a problem. Whenever I die, it doesn't let me jump after when I come back.
Yeah, me either.
It's of X-Ball.
One.
Yeah. So hold on, let me just finish this. We got like 2 steps left, and then I'll come help you, and I'm gonna send you off. All right. All right, quiet. Come on, we're almost done. All right, so back on start a layout. You're adding an action. System. We're almost done. We got like literally this is the last thing to do. Yeah. System. Set value.
Wait, this is the same every tick, right?
Variable score. This is inside on start a layout. Score equals 0. All right. All right, work on catching up. If you're not caught up, if you are caught up, start adding in some different backgrounds, change the walls to stuff. Some people did like a Mario theme with the pipes. Yeah. I mean, how about Mitchell real quick, and then I'll come to you.
This is Sparta.
I watched the story.
Look, God of War.
Thank you.
Get out of here.
Whoa.
Right here.
Aggressive.
Now,
Alright, so now you need to disable the bullet on the wall. Oh, you need to add in. You need to disable the wall collision. So we added the collision. Right? You don't have a wall collision disabled here. So the wall collision is still moving after you die. Does that make sense?
Shut up.
Wow.
like this.
Play with it. Play with the particle size.
What are you talking about?
I'm not even kidding. Look at my game.
Support my font.
Boy.
Support my font.
Should be 9.
Game over. What? Or add layout.
Whoever says that, I will murder.
Squidward dies in Infinity War.
Then every tick. Right now it says player set X to starting position X. Okay? If you miss a line on the start of layout, you go back to the line tracer and find it. There's a line on there that basically says wherever your player starts at, set the X variable to be that. And that way it won't ever move. But right now, it's 0, which is a line that goes all the way over to the edge. It's still on the place.
No, I deleted that line. I had it in now. I popped on right.
Oh, should I set the...
It's not the same line code.
Yeah. Yeah, you could do that. That's what I would do. Alright. Thank you.
How's everybody doing?
I lost my stance.
Alright, so much. Actually,
He's not even playing the playlist.
yeah, he is. Yeah. That's going to be much better.
No, you want to see something? I don't like that.
Shut up.
Because that's rude. That's rude. That's rude.
Correct.
What's up?
Wait, you know what?
Okay.
Trying to make a set.
Game over.
That's boring. Yeah, well, that's because you have two dodges. That's why. That's okay. That's just how we have it coded. We didn't want that you could delete it.
Actually, I don't know.
You could be like getting
All right,
rid
so now. One.
Well, you seconds to get this two.
Alright.
He wants to be rude, so I told him to really get good. How about your bad? Your bad.
For every 5.
Yeah, your bad is fine.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we did it in the last period. I was gonna do that eventually, but I wanted to.
I had to change the moving text.
Because we have this box except for your wall.
Is it happening after the 3-second wait?
This you have.
Once eventually the shady work comes out, it's actually just
Does anybody have any stress
It is
balls that
happening
they want
after
to
the
do?
3-second wait.
I'm stressed, but I don't know how to use it.
stress reliever. I have something on it.
Here, when is the go? Wait.
Jordan, what's the
And then go to home now and then set those back. Those need to happen before the 8-second wait. Otherwise, you're not the only one.
Yeah. I think it's
That's not the next line. I said I truck my game down when I barely won. My truck's going
Are you gonna make the play button the play button?
Oh wait, should we put like play on it?
Play again.
Yeah, we should actually do. Wait, but my thing doesn't even go there. So.
Oh no.
Nani.
Totally eatable, 100%.
Yeah, did you know that there are people out here naming their children Humphrey?
Yo, you just heard. Ha!
Oh.
Ego. Take your paper before I blow my nose. I was stuffing those.
Please stop.
Yeah, we just like blowing people like that.
I prefer if you did
I choose. I will make you eat this breakfast.
I haven't read a book like that.
I feel like even if I read the book, I wouldn't really shit.
If I delete this,
Yeah.
why is this happening?
Check for like
Now your essays kind of go back into your live stream and figure out if there's anything missing or anything like that, looking at the code, okay? So I'll go through right now.
My
Right
nose
now, and I'll scroll up and down so that way you can
My nose is called hey.
comparing it to yours.
I bet you never knew that your mom.
It didn't work.
Responsibilities, dodges.
Dude,
I have no clue. I kept the live stream, so exactly what it was. I tried to, so I
How did you get it to
dodge,
stop?
That's what I think that means.
I can't get it to completely stop.
Power up. Right. It ended up spawning.
early morning. You can listen to that song for like 1 minute straight.
No, he just sung it, so I was like, okay, I have it. You let go the way you said it. Just accept the fact that you're gonna fail fun.
No, I'm actually.
Shut up, you're gonna fail.
I'm good on fun. It's just that I'm getting so much time. No, because we have our exam next week.
How do you get this to work? Oh my god. Yes.
You know.
When the beat drops, the key is dead. Instantly die.
He said in sight. Oh no, you should have like
Okay. Wait, what?
Yo, I'm
Ooh. If you look at Brad's, the dollar doesn't come up. It's literally just this song.
Yo, I saw that. And that's so true. Now stop. Don't make a sound.
All right. Is everybody kind of caught up where they need to be? We're going to try adding in an enhancement. Okay?
Is it articles coming off that I just figured out how to do?
No, we're going to do it so it's still going to keep score. Guys, it's still going to keep score every tick or every second that we have it set as, right?
Yes.
We're going to make it so whenever a wall or a dodge passes a certain mark, you'll get 5 points.
Oh.
All right, so any ideas on how we would do that? Truman,
Make like an invisible line that goes down.
you watched the live stream from last period.
Wait.
All right.
I really did.
All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to show you.
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah,
I thought the block wasn't actually moving, so how are we gonna have
the player's not moving. So think about that. So what would you have to clone?
The wall.
You're cloning the player. The player's not moving. So if you clone a wall, the wall, that's just going to move. You don't want that. What you want to do is you're going to clone the player. So you're going to unlock the player layer. You're going to select the player, clone it. You're just going to drop it right here. And you're just going to extend it.
I got the extended one.
All right, we're going to set the opacity to 0. We're going to rename it first, right? So you're going to rename it to player collision. Yep, you clone the player and then you just extend it. So you just drag it.
So it's not clone object type. It's like
It is clone object.
It is clone object type.
That is effectively duplicating the object but giving it a new name.
Player collision.
Yep, so player collision.
What do we name it?
Player collision.
bang.
And then I'm just gonna do it by making the opacity 0. Some people might prefer to do it as invisible. I like doing it by opacity. We're gonna go into the code. And right here, See where it says player?
Yeah.
You're going to copy and paste this. So Control C when you select it, Control V. And then you're going to right click and you're going to do replace object. And you're going to do player collision. Right, so now you have it setting the X exactly to the player. Now what we need to do is, if we do this and we start playing with it and we set it so every time it hits it we add 5 to score. If you die, it's still going to add 5 to score. So we need to move the collision back about 10 pixels. So you're going to edit this and you're going to do -10. So now, Mr. Wilkos, remind me how we did this. So
it was a new event, and it was player collision on collision with enemies. On collision with another object.
Collision with another object.
And we picked the enemy's family as the object that it was colliding with.
All right. So you got player on collision with enemies. And then you're going to do, what is it, text score or system? Add to value.
It was system add to value score.
All right. Add to score. All right, so you do system, add to, you select score, and then you're going to do, for this, I'm just going to do 5. So every time he passes a wall or a dodge, he's going to get 5 extra points.
Do you ever get any random people watching your video?
Can't tell you. I really don't know.
He's not doing anything.
Why does it not work for walls?
It's add 5.
Yep. So you probably do not have, you have to make sure that the,
my white is my white wall.
so you see my score is going up by 5 every time I pass one of these.
Invisible.
You set opacity to 0 on the layer. So look, when we created it, right, it's right here. I just set the opacity to 0, so that way you do not see it. But it's there. So as long as it collides with a wall or a dodge, it will add 5 points. If you're not getting points for a dodge or a wall, make sure that your wall collision and your dodge are in your family for enemies.
You know, there's like 2 of those dodges. Like,
Yeah.
one to make it longer.
Okay, so that's just fine. Leave it as 10. It's up to you.
The initial invisible.
You can if you want. That's up to you. We just chose to do 0 opacity because it's a little bit easier. It's just one thing to do, and it's, you can still click on it and edit it if you want to. So that's just a little bit of a quick enhancement. You have about 5 minutes left. For the next 3 minutes, I want you to start working on your home layout. I want this to be more of a button and not just a blank square. Okay. So you're ahead of the game.
Is it a muffin?
So start, adding adding the button in, do some background changes, do some player changes, add in your objects, add in some enhancements. We're going to start working on that the next couple of days. All right, start thinking about what you want to do. Make sure you're saving these.